Why can't I start anything? I always wondered why I would sit for hours, even days sometimes, thinking about what I want to do ultimately and just end up not doing it. I did what any rational millennial would do in such a situation. I Googled it, typed in being able to start something. And the greatest website that ever existed that aids many people in their mental health came up: WebMD. So, according to WebMD, I might suffer from something called avolition. So, this condition, what it basically says is I have like a total lack of motivation and I struggle to complete the simplest of tasks. I'm going to go with a big old no on that, Charles. It isn't really what I'm struggling with. It's not really what I'm currently dealing with. I mean, the menial tasks and the things I end up doing during the day is actually fine. I mean, I can get off my butt and get stuff done. I feel like what's afflicting me is far more complicated than that. Besides, WebMD continues on and saying that abolition is apparently associated with like schizophrenia, severe depression, and I'll be damned if I ever armchair diagnose myself. Also, using WebMD to search your symptoms is never a good idea. I've always been wanting to create a YouTube channel. I have a diverse set of interests. There's a lot of things that I think are interesting about our world. I even have 3 videos on the channel that are history centric, small little stories from real life, which I thought were interesting. But I don't want to really focus on just that one kind of topic, just do small history stories and the like. But like I feel like I'm an interesting person. I've got interesting ideas in my head, regardless of what my ex-girlfriend might think. But Charlene had always been a few sandwiches short of a picnic, so she definitely can't be trusted. So the other thing that I decided to Google was the word procrastination, because isn't that ultimately what this is? What any of this is? We all suffer from it from time to time. It's like normal to decide to do something later, especially something that is relatively important and has a deadline. Like, I mean, we'll definitely get to it. I mean, the crushing pressure of a deadline is good for us to get things done, isn't it not? Well, procrastination does sound like the problem I have. So let's kind of check out what procrastination means. So, procrastination stems from a bad mood, a negative emotion, something like sadness or anger, being upset, or what have you. And it can maybe make you not feel awfully keen on doing stuff, you know? Which I think we all can relate to in our modern lives. There's a lot of times where all of us kind of feel a little bit down and just need a moment to not do what we need to do and rather what we want to do. Of course, if you're in a bad mood and things haven't been really going your way, you may end up doing what you should do rather than what you kind of want to do. I mean, you could go to work that grind, boy, and get them dollars, but you might not start the extra things, the extracurricular activities that you'd like to do on the side. Start a YouTube channel, for instance. Also, procrastination isn't just sitting on your butt watching Netflix or maybe binging all the seasons of Grey's Anatomy on Disney Plus. It can be productive as well. there's this Instagram video that emphasizes this point quite well.
I'm a productive bitch, crossing things off my list. Hey look, I'm doing more, organize my silverware drawer.
Oh, sweet. Did you do that thing you've been putting off for the last week that would probably just take you an hour if you sat down and committed to it?
No. This is productive procrastination. I've done nothing of importance.
I really like that video. So, if you need to finish a college essay, oh, there you go, cleaning your house instead of doing it. You don't really feel bad for not starting it because, you know, you clean stuff. You were productive. You were someone who actually gets their act together and does shit, you know? But, you know, it's something that your mother would be proud of you doing anyways. So, who cares that you didn't start that college essay? Your microwave is squeaky clean. This all kind of brings us to the crux of the problem with procrastination. It's instant gratification, but with productivity, you're putting off a big thing for a smaller thing. And when you do so, you feel a sense of relief. Like, finally, I've been meaning to scrub that skid mark of the toilet for months now. You feel fine until you don't. The essay still isn't written, and your deadline is fast approaching, and the specter of responsibility creeps up from behind you and kind of just makes you feel bad and starts calling you names like Fat Paul, or I don't know, like high school was a difficult time. You see, procrastination isn't usually a once-off thing. It's more of a cycle, you know. Ogres are like onions, and onions are like donuts, obviously, because they're both circular. And that's why it's a cycle. This tangent is kind of falling apart as I'm speaking, but the cycle of procrastination makes you feel relief from achieving something because you didn't do something after all. The stress of not continuing like the first task builds, and you find new ways of being productive, and as you go down and down the cycle, suddenly poof, mental health, never heard of her. Who is she? She's missing. I'm concerned. Please call the number on the screen right now. We need to find her. I'm worried, very worried about mental health. Yes. Okay. The question comes down to what can we do to stop it? Well, I mean, I'm not an expert. I'm just a person on the internet giving my opinion. But hey, that's just an opinion. A poll opinion. Thanks for watching. No, I was thinking to myself, what should I make an existentially relevant video on? Because I struggle with some existential questions all the time. You know, climate change, unchecked capitalism, the heat death of the universe. What should my topic be? And I mean, I don't have the energy to research such cerebral topics, but I mean, I'm wondering, why don't I have the energy? Am I just lazy? I mean, I am lazy, but that isn't why I don't start. It's not, you know, laziness kind of makes me relatively productive. I mean, I feel like the existential problem, at least facing me right now as I'm recording this, is my greatest enemy that I'm facing right now is just me. Well, if it isn't the person who's ruining my life. So, when I Googled how to fix this whole problem that I'm having, it first off told me to kind of be nice to myself. You know, I forgive you, but you're an asshole. And I mean, this is true. I think we're all very negative on ourselves. We're all living in our own brains, so we're our biggest critic. actually not getting yourself down by not completing the things you need to complete and just trying to find the positives about yourself. I mean, that can help. I mean, I'm still going to call myself an asshole, but at least I acknowledge that I'm a special boy to a certain degree. I've got fantastic hair, so I mean, there you go, compliment of the day for myself. But yeah, be nice to yourself. Secondly, make the decision to get started. You know, this is an okay bit of advice. I mean, it probably won't help a lot. It's not the best advice I've ever heard to get over procrastination or whatever. But it's just kind of, just say to yourself, alright, cool, I'm gonna do it. Let's go. And boom, now you've made yourself a promise and you dread disappointing yourself, don't you? Until, the doubt creeps in and you ultimately go down the rabbit hole and the cycle continues. But let's not focus on that. There's this research that has been done, and this is completely my own opinion, and I'm not going to cite sources, so please, someone in the comments can maybe elaborate on this, but it's the 5-minute start. Just whatever you're procrastinating, just start and just do it for 5 minutes. You'll find that after 5 minutes, you would just keep on going. And that's kind of all you need to do. Like, you need to just get started. And then, who knows, maybe you'll actually get it done. So when it came to making this video, I spent a lot of time staring at my stupid ass computer screen and not really knowing what to do with it. The screen was extremely inanimate and just was mocking me after a few hours. But I kind of started wishing I had the money to just hire someone on Fiverr to write me a script about whatever thoughts I had, taking the easy way out. But then I just kind of opened up a Google Doc, started throwing words onto the page, started Googling random nonsense, and slowly but surely, I ended up on WebMD, and here we are talking to a camera because I finally decided to fire up my recording software, which is just the camera app on Windows, by the way. There's nothing fancy that I'm doing this with. And, I really dread editing this video after this. I mean, if you're seeing this, then well done, Paul. I'm proud of you. You stuck it out. You edited a video. I'm so proud. And maybe I'll record myself doing some random crap in the background, maybe as B-roll, all the cool YouTubers do. They all have B-roll, don't they? I'm a cool YouTuber. Tell me I'm cool in the comments. If you leave a dislike if you disagree, that's cool too. I'm sure that's fine. The final thing to kind of help with procrastination is building a habit. And I don't know if this whole me talking to a camera thing is going to become a thing for me. Ask anybody that knows me. I'm notorious at starting things, but getting through them and finishing them, that's not something I'm known for. I have a lot of ideas, but never the willpower and the self-discipline to get it done. But, I mean, I'm starting, or at least continuing, I guess, this here YouTube channel, I suppose. And, I mean, building habits is probably the hardest part of the whole procrastination existential threat or problem. Because, ultimately, building a habit takes time. It takes energy. It takes perseverance and fuck. I can't be asked to do this whole damn video again. I am literally doing all of this in one take. I'm gonna edit the good bits through, and I just... yeah. I stopped procrastinating. If you're seeing this video, I managed to do it. And so can you. I don't know if this is motivational at all. This is just me talking into a mic, but maybe you can. Whatever you're trying to do, just fucking do it. Like, I mean, spend 5 minutes. The 5-minute advice is a pretty cool. That helped me a lot. And you know, we're all going through our own existential problems right now, and I mean, the world is crazy. Like, a lot of us are stuck inside in some sort of fashion. We've become increasingly more connected, but yet more distant and lonely in our own lives. And you know, who knows, maybe us, look at me, you and me, maybe this is the start of a wonderful and, you know, fruitful relationship, dear viewer. I love you. I don't want to get all clingy and stuff, but I feel a real connection here. Okay, anyway, I'm getting off track. All I can really say to finish this off is go, be productive, or don't. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to tell you how to live your life. I'm just a dude on the internet. So what do I know anyways? So, bye.
I'm a productive bitch, crossing things off my list. Hey, look, I'm doing more. Organize my silverware drawer.
Oh, sweet. Did you do that thing you've been putting off for the last week that would probably just take you an hour if you sat down and committed to it?
No. This is productive procrastination. I've done nothing of importance.